Today we're taking a closer look at and installing Morimoto's Gen 2 XB headlights, fitting all 2015 through 2017 Mustangs, including all 2018 through 2022 GT350s and GT500s. Now you guys should be checking out the Morimoto options if you really dig that new S650 tri-bar and headlight design, along with wanting selectable DRL colors and adding sequential turn signals, all for right around that $1,200 to $1,300 price point. Now, big features to cover here with the Morimoto options will be that facelift appearance thanks to the S650 inspired styling, which does include the 3 bi-LED projectors and the 3 hash style daytime running lights found up top here. Now, those horizontal LEDs are exactly like those found on the S650, and like the factory running lights, these will also serve both DRL duty along with sequential or standard turn signal duty. That's pretty cool. That is customizable depending on the owner. You can have them be sequential, or you can just have them standard flash, whatever you'd like to add. Now, in addition to the standard or sequential signals, owners can also choose between going with an all white or all amber DRL, which is also pretty unique in the category. Typically, manufacturers will just give you a white DRL and call it a day. Now, final feature here for me is going to be one of my favorites, and as cheesy as it sounds, I love a good startup sequence. Morimoto does add these here with the Gen 2 XBs, and it does produce a pretty cool sequence of lights whenever you unlock your ride. Now, your construction is going to be extremely top-notch here from Morimoto, and similar to the OE headlights in a lot of different ways, including things like the gloss black ABS plastic housing to the titanium colored surrounds flanking those LED projectors here. And again, that is a nod to the S650 styling. These are probably one of the most realistic S650 style headlights available for the S550 that I've personally seen. I've handled a few from some other companies, but these really do stay true to that original factory design. Now, in addition to that, those housings are topped off with a UV-resistant polycarbonate lens, and the entire headlight assembly is backed by a 5-year limited warranty. Now, the lights do feature a 100% LED operation and are ready to install right out of the box, thanks to the plug-and-play install that we'll show you here in a little bit. Now, coming in at or around that $1,200 to $1,300 price point, the Morimoto Gen 2 XB projectors will be more of a premium option in the headlight category for your S550 at home. In fact, these will come in, I would say, right in line with other higher end options from companies like Alpharex or Stryker. But keep in mind, typically with that higher price point does come a higher quality in addition to a more robust warranty, so you're definitely paying for what you get here. All right, last but not least, let's get into the installation, and the site's gonna go with the strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, thanks again to that plug and play install, taking you, I would say, a couple hours or so to complete from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of how this one might go down on your S550 at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you need a ratchet, a 7, 8, 10, and 13 millimeter socket, and a clip removal tool. All right, today we're gonna be installing some headlights on our Mustang. First, we're gonna watch a quick video how to uninstall the stock ones, and then we'll come back here to install the new ones.
So for this install, we're gonna have to get the car up in the air a little bit, and we're gonna have to remove the front bumper. It's a pretty simple process. I'm gonna walk you through it. So let's get started. I'm gonna start by using my clip tool to remove the clips that hold the upper rad cover on, and I'll just pull these out and pull the rad cover off. So with my rad cover out of the way, I can take my 8mm socket and remove the 6 8mm screws along the top of the bumper, but don't forget the 7mm screws hiding underneath the weather strip here, and I'm just gonna use a 7mm socket to get those out. Now I need to pull back my inner fender liner here up against the front bumper. There are 4 clips here on the inside of the wheel well. One of ours is missing, but just imagine that it's there. and there's 2 at the bottom that I'll have to remove, and then I can pull my wheel well liner back far enough to gain access to the bolt that is behind the liner on the corner of the front bumper. I'm just going to use my clip tool once again to pull the clips out, and then I can pull the liner back. So back here at the corner of this bumper, there is a plastic bracket that mounts the fender to the bumper, and there's a 7mm screw that goes through the 2 and attaches the bumper into the fender. And what you're gonna have to do is take a 7mm socket on your ratchet to remove it. Now, our bumper has been off so many times that hardware is missing, but all you need is a 7mm socket and ratchet, and it'll come right out. Now I'm just gonna repeat this exact same process on the other side of the vehicle, and once again, remove the 7mm screw here at the corner of the bumper. Now you can pull your fender liner back once again and remove the 7mm screw right here. With our fender liners pulled back and the corner of our bumper unbolted, now we can unhook our fog lights and turn signals, as these are going to be coming off with the bumper when we remove it from the car. So I'm just going to unplug my connectors and pull them off the back of the lights, and then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. So next, I'm going to use a combination of a clip removal tool and a 7mm socket on my impact to remove the 4 screws and 2 clips on the bottom of the belly pan, but I'm going to leave it attached to the front bumper so everything comes off in one piece. All right, let's go with the screws first. So now you're going to want to very carefully pop the corners of the front bumper out. Make sure not to damage these tabs, as you will need them to reinstall the bumper. And with both of the corners popped off now, we can remove the front bumper. So now that I have my bumper pulled off, I have access to all the hardware for the headlight. I'm going to use a 10mm socket for the top and bottom 10mm screws and a 13mm socket for the outer screw. So now I can remove my headlight and unplug the connector.
Before we get our headlight installed, we're going to install our adapter harness. So half of it goes into our main headlight harness, the other half goes into our turn signal connector. So we're just going to plug this in just simply as so, just like that to the headlight. This piece down here will go into the turn signal, and then these other ends will plug into the lights just like normal. Now, before we install the headlights, we want to go over the options. Now you will see this connector on the bottom of your harness. It just pops off like so. Now they are for the options for lighting and sequential and non-sequential. The blue and red and blue are for white DRL. The blue is with a sequential. The green and black are for an amber DRL, and the black is with the sequential. The green and red are just a regular turn signal. So once you choose that option, we can just get our headlight installed. We'll get our headlight harness, plug it into our new light. We can set that in place and thread in our 2 front 10mm bolts. Grab your ratchet, 10mm socket, and tighten those 2 down. So we're going to grab our 13mm bolt and install that on our side. Now that you have this headlight all installed, you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now we're going to get our bumper cover back on. It's going to get lined up in the middle here, over our tabs, and get each corner in. So we're gonna start by securing all of our hardware across the top here. Now you would have your 7mm bolts on either side under this seal. Ours has been replaced with a Phillips head screw. So we're gonna install that now. Same thing on the other side. Then we'll grab our ratchet and install our 8mm bolts going all the way across. Get our rad cover in place, line this up, and reinstall all of our push clips going across. Next, we're going to come into our wheel liner and secure all of our wiring. So we have our turn signal connector here. Plug that in, our marker light, and then our fog light. Just around our connectors. So we're going to re-secure our wheel liner, but before you do that, you would need to reinstall your 7mm bolt that goes up on the side here. Now ours is obviously broken, so we're not going to do that. We're going to get our wheel liner back in place, line up all of our holes, and we have 3 push clips right here to reinstall. Then we have 2 more in the inside. So we have our one up here on the frame. And then our one down here holding the 2 splash shields together. Then you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side of the car. So underneath, we're gonna re-secure our belly pan. So we have our 4 screws across the back and 2 up forward. Now our one here is damaged, so we only have 3 across the back. Grab your ratchet and 7mm socket and get those installed. On the other side, we're gonna have 2 more push clips, one here and one here. So let's get those reinstalled. And you go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. And that wraps up our install of our Morimoto Gen 2 XB LED headlights with a black housing and clear lens for our 2015 to 2017 Mustang and 2018 to 2022 Mustang GT350 and GT500. And remember, for everything Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.